Alright, this is going to be the first video of home automation using Raspberry Pi. Uh, anyway, uh, here you see my computer screen. I'll go ahead and log in. Okay. Let me log into my Pi right quick. Put in my password. Okay. Um, okay. Alright, here we go. Okay. Here we are on Google. What you're going to type in here is just local IP address. The port is 8000. And it pulls up to this right here. It says Web IO Pi main menu. I'm going to click on this thing called GPIO header. Okay, this right here is the basic, it's like the layout. The main, all the GPIO pins, which is, okay, let me show you. Okay, that right there, I'm not going to really go into a lot of detail real quick. Like these are set to outputs. You can change them to inputs like that. Output is pretty much when it's set to high, it's 3.3 volts. When it's set to low, it's 0 volts. And then if it was set on input, then basically it's like turning it into a ground wire. It's kind of giving it, it makes it a negative point. Anyway, let me show you. We go over here to this right here is the setup. I have a piece of paper here. See, it's pretty much the same thing as what the computer screen is showing. Okay, anyway, here's the Raspberry Pi. It's hooked up with Ethernet right here. See, we have an Ethernet cord. And then I have 3 wires right here coming out of the GPIO pins. Here, let me turn the light on so you can see. Might make you see it better. Okay. Alright, yeah, like I said, here's the Pi. Here's the power cord right here. You see the SD chip. Here's the power cord. Only thing hooked up to it is, like I said, it's a network Ether cable. And you got 3 wires. This one right here is VCC. It's pretty much your positive wire. This right here is your ground. And then you have your white wire, which is your input. It's also a ground wire. So there's 3 wires hooked up into this relay. This relay here, it's called a relay board. Anyway, you have your 3 control wires, which is connected to the Pi, going into the relay board. As you see, it's on standby, so it's ready. It's showing a ready light, showing that it has power and it's ready for commands. Anyway, this is a 5-volt current. It has 5 volts coming down the VCC, and then the input is a 3.3 high-low output. It's connected to, I don't know if you can see that. There it is. Okay, that is a relay. It's a, what does it say? SRD 05 volt DC. It has a 125 VAC 10 amp rating. So pretty much 120 volts at 10 amps. So I can run, maybe a vacuum cleaner, maybe a microwave, anything that's up to 10 amps. Comfortably, you wouldn't want to go up to 10, and you would probably want to stay down at about 8 amps just to be safe. You know what I mean? You don't want to push the limits of the ratings of the relay. Anyway, this relay here has got a 2-prong or 2-wire setup, and then let me show you. Follow the wire. It's not, all pretty right now, but it will be. Let me turn this light on just so you can see. Okay. Alright, here's my house. This is my kitchen, my dinette table. Okay, that's the light to this switch right here that I was just flipping. See that? Lights off, lights on. See that? Okay. Anyway, this little wire here is coming out. It's just running to the back of this light switch. In a normal installation, we would run these wires, which would be a lot thinner, because this relay would be behind this switch, so you wouldn't see that. So the only things that would have to run to the switch would be these thin wires right here. Anyway, we would run the relay behind the switch, and that would run up through the ceiling and into your attic, and those three wires will run all the way to this Raspberry Pi. Or we could use something like that, which is an 8 relay, like a central circuit board, just in case if there's too much of a voltage decrease in between the links of the runs. We might want to use a separate power source and control it with main relay boards such as such. So in a sense, the Raspberry Pi would control this relay board, and then this relay board would control these little separate relays, which will be installed all over your house. And each one of these will control each circuit to whatever you wanted to automate. Anyway, let's show you how it all works. Okay, it's all wired up, so I'm going to turn this switch back off. Okay, now we're going to go back to the computer. Okay, we're back at the computer now. As you can see, I have the Dynet kitchen light set on GPIO 4. It's on an output. It's set to out. So right now it's high, so it's getting a 3.3 logic. So we turn it off, and now that sets it to 0 volts. So if I come over here and I look, and I say, okay, now my Dynet light is on. Okay, see that? So we come back and we set it to high again, and the light is off. I wish I could do it at the same time. But anyway, the way this works is it's using that IP address to host like a website. And that website is this, which are the pins on the Raspberry Pi. So you click it, okay. There it's off. I'm going to click it off camera, okay. So you see the light? I click it, there it's off. Click it again, it's on. Click it again, it's off. Click it again, it's on. Works hand in hand, very nice. Anyway, if you have any questions, get at me. I'm going to be integrating my whole house with these relays. Also, you see when the relay's on, you see how that light's on right now? See, the relay's showing that there's two indicator lights. There's one for the VCC, then there's one for the input. And right now it's got a green light showing that the input is set to low, so it's getting a ground. So it's grounded out, which is closing this relay, and that's running this light. And as you see, right now it's under the automation, so it doesn't matter if the light switch is on or off. It's running by the relay. So if I have it on, big whoop-de-doo, the light is off, it's still on. Until I come and set my computer, which is controlling it, I set that to off. Okay. Whoops. Yeah. It's set to off. So now we come over here and we look, and you see the indicator light has gone off, and the light has gone off, and it's back on manual mode. Alright. Hope this helped show you the concept. Anyway, I'm going to be developing more, so stay tuned.